fundamentally 5 steps to build a stronger B2B brand. The first one, obviously, is the brand audit, understanding where you stand, what your competition does, what are the key market trends, but also what do your people think internally. The second one is about building up a good brand story. How do you give context? How do you put in perspective what you do? You sell product and service, sure, but what else do you do that go beyond that? What is your bigger cause, the ideal of your brand? Step number 3 is about content. Once you know what story you have, you need to get the content out, because that's the way you can share, one, your story and your expertise with the people. 4 is about identity. The way you look, and I'm talking logo, fonts, typographies, patterns, imagery, etc., is important because it will influence the way your audience sees you. And finally, it's about branding ecosystem. That's step number 5. Why? Because today the world has become so complex that it's very difficult to achieve everything on your own. So leverage bigger players, connect with the people, collaborate, and in this way you can grow your brand. The first one is that we see more and more companies that dare not to be boring, meaning they bring emotions, they bring humor, they bring fun in their communication. Don't forget, it's not because you sell something serious that you need to be boring. The second one is that a lot of companies, Swiss companies, are rethinking what it means to use the Swiss brand. If you think about it, anybody with an office in Switzerland is a made in Swiss product provider. So how do you make sure that you leverage what's good about the Swiss brand, but you do not depend on it? And I think a lot of Swiss companies are starting to be more precise about the way they use Swiss as a brand. And finally, the war for talent, especially in the tech sector, is big, because when you're a very strong engineer, you could work in Switzerland, you could work in the Silicon Valley, or you could work in Korea. So how do you, as a small startup or as a local regional player, attract the best talent, especially if you're not in a city center? And that's where branding can help you, making your brand and your employer more attractive.